everybody, I am MrGamingGuitarist, and I'm here to tell you, if you didn't know already, it was just announced today, on May 4th, that, excuse me, Respawn, the developers that made Titanfall, and now they're making Titanfall 2, it was just announced today from EA that they're making a Star Wars game, and at first I thought, shit. Since they're the people that made Titanfall, I thought, this is just gonna be another multiplayer game, isn't it? Because, you know me, if any of you have been following me for any long time, you'll know that I really don't like multiplayer games. I only choose to play single player games. And the rare instances that I do play multiplayer, it's mostly for things that could feel like a party game, things like Rocket League, Mario Party, Mario Kart, and like Sports Friends, if any of you remember that game, and Gang Beasts, just stuff like that. That's the kind of, if I do play multiplayer, that's the stuff I go for. I don't like the competitive first-person shooter. I honestly couldn't care less about that sort of stuff. However, when they said here that this is a brand new third-person action-adventure game, you've got my money. Okay, I don't know if you've got my money, because, of course, I haven't seen anything yet, but the idea... Because now, as much as I despised Call of Duty, back when I still cared about that franchise, when they released the original Modern Warfare 9 years ago, which is scary to think about now, but yeah, when it was 9 years ago, the developers behind Titanfall are the same people that made the campaign for Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. So now when you're telling me that this team is now the one in charge of making a Star Wars game, and then you get, I forget what his name is, but, oh yeah, that's right, Stig Asmussen. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but he's the guy that was the creative director on God of War 3. So, and I loved God of War 3. So you take that guy and you make him work with the guys behind Call of Duty 4 and you make a Star Wars game out of that. That is exciting. And I can't wait to see that. And so, yeah, so now you got the guy, see, it's like EA's taking a lot of people that worked on it with Sony, and they're getting them to make what looks like their single-player Star Wars games. So you get Amy Hennig from Uncharted to work with Visceral to direct a Star Wars game, and now they're taking Stig Asmussen from... that was previously with Sony Santa Monica on God of War 3, and you take him and work with Respawn to make a Star Wars game. Because I remember last year, Respawn said, in addition to making Titanfall 2, we are also currently making a third-person game. And that's all they were saying, was, we're making a third-person game. And the thought of it being a Star Wars game never even once occurred to me. So when I heard this news, I thought, oh... boy, this is fantastic, and I hope to God that this is not multiplayer focused. I just want a great story. I want a great campaign with great characters that I care about, and I enjoyed Kratos. I liked Kratos as a character. He had a lot of flaws, and so I'm pretty sure that this guy, Stig Asmussen, he can definitely pull together a good Star Wars game. And so I can't wait for this. I hope, I know it's probably too early, because I'm going to assume that this is made by a different team than the team that worked on Titanfall, and now I'm going to assume Titanfall 2. I'm going to assume this is like two different teams. So maybe we'll get to see, I hope that during EA's E3 conference next, hard to believe E3 is only 1 month away. My goodness, is that exciting. But see, this is the first time in years I'm excited about an EA press conference ever, because I mean, just look at this lineup. We're going to get to see Mass Effect Andromeda, and hopefully the Amy Hennig Star Wars game from Visceral, and maybe I'm going to assume just a tiny teaser of this new Respawn Star Wars game. So what do you guys think about this news? I'm very much looking forward to what they have to show from this, because I can't wait for it. So anyways, yeah, this is all just news just ramping up to E3. We are definitely on the road to it now after all this news, and especially with the kind of disappointing news that the NX won't be at E3 at all, which is, yeah, but you know, more good news for Nintendo because they get to get all the time they need to perfect their announcement at their own event whenever they decide to reveal NX. But anyways, yeah, more Star Wars games I'm interested in. Or at least I hope this is something I'll be interested in. So anyways, what do you guys think about this news? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Mr. Gaming Guitarist. You can support my channel on Patreon. I would appreciate it. And you can also help me out by watching my weekly podcast, which is the N4G TV podcast, which is uploads on the N4G TV YouTube channel every single weekend. And this week, and especially, is going to be exciting because tomorrow I'm seeing Captain America Civil War, which so many months of waiting and getting hyped for it finally coming. We're going to be dedicating the entire podcast episode. It's just going to be all spoilers for Civil War. We're just going to spend the entire hour, or maybe even 2 hours, like we did with Batman v Superman, where all we're doing is just talking about the movie and our thoughts on it. So anyways, be sure to tune into that. That's going to be very fun. So anyways, I'm Mr. Gaming Guitarist. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Goodbye.